Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back. And today I want to talk about what to do when you hear from your ex. Now, previously I've done videos on when to respond to your ex, how to respond to texts they may send, but I've never gone into detail about what to actually do when they finally say something significant. So that is what this video is all about. But before I start, I want to welcome back the No Contact Army. Have you been a good little soldier or a bad little soldier? Have you written a review for Silencio, my app, if you've been using it? If you haven't done a review yet, I would really appreciate it if you would. And if you would like to download the app, the link is below every single video. And if you too would like to join the No Contact Army, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button and the bell notification and you're in. And to read the No Contact Army manual, go to nocontactsecrets.com where you can read 2 free chapters before purchasing the book. Okay, so if you've been listening to me, then you know that the rules of no contact are that you stay in no contact until your ex says something significant. Otherwise, you don't respond to breadcrumbs. And I'm often asked, well, what does it mean if it's significant? And I've said before, there has to be effort over a period of time and escalation. They can't just be sending breadcrumbs after breadcrumbs and that counts as effort. That is not enough. There has to be escalation and then there has to be something significant said. And something significant means that they are no longer pretending that there was no breakup. And they try to talk to you as if nothing happened. It's like, hey, how you doing? Hey, just want to see how you're doing. What's going on? Liking your photos, etc. That's not significant. Something significant means that they either admit to making a mistake, they're humble, and they ask if they can talk to you. And there's a lot of messages that could be significant, and I can't touch upon every single message that your ex may send. I have no idea. It's more of a feeling. People always ask, well, what's significant? Well, it's something that you have to feel because what's significant for you may not be significant for another person. So I suggest if you're confused about what message to respond to, that you set up a coaching session with me. But in the meantime, let's say that you do get a significant message. Now, how do you react and behave in order to get the best chance of getting an ex back? So I actually have an example here of a significant message that I received, and I'd like to tell you this story because I think it'll help to illustrate how you need to conduct yourself when you hear from your ex and when they finally send a message. So I met this guy online, and he immediately showed a lot of interest. And in fact, I actually said to him, wow, you really seem interested. So we talked for that day. Then we switched to Snapchat. We talked a bit the next day, and then he disappeared. Welcome to the world of online dating. And so, of course, I did what I always tell you guys to do. I did absolutely nothing. I didn't message him. I didn't unfriend him. I didn't block him. Nothing. It's like, okay. And so what happens? He starts watching my stories. So he ghosted. He disappeared, but he's watching the snaps that I post. And I post on Snapchat usually about 3 or 4 times a week. He pretty much in 2 months saw everything I posted. And I thought, that's interesting. He disappeared. He's not reaching out, and yet he's interested in my stories. And then one day it happened. He sent a significant message, and I'm going to read it to you. Okay, he said, "Good day, Lucia. Sorry for the out of blue message. I just wanted to reach out. We matched a while ago and chatted on here a bit. I just got back from Australia. I had to head there to help my godparents get through a rough time. I've moved back to LA, and I know we haven't spoken in a while, and I do apologize for my sudden absence. I'm still looking for someone and would still love to meet you if you're still open to it. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and as always, you're drop dead gorgeous, and I hope to get to know you a little bit better." And he put a heart emoji. Then, about 45 minutes after, he added to that message. He says, "Let me know if I can get a second chance. I'd hate to have missed out on an opportunity to get to know your lovely self." Sounds very formal, but very nice, right? So That's definitely a significant message. So my response to that was, thanks for your message. I appreciate it. Remember, always be nice with your words. And then I said, even though we've never met, I didn't think it was cool that you ghosted but still continue to watch my stories. If I do give you a second chance, how will you make it up to me? Because I thought it was weird. Well, it is weird. Never mind. Thought it is weird. Okay, fine. You had to go to Australia. Something happened. You had time to watch the stories, but you didn't have time to send a message, or you didn't think to send a message. It's like, yeah, I know we chatted for one day and I disappeared, but I'm watching all your stories. He could have just sent a message and said, hey, I have to go to Australia, and sorry, I can't meet you right now, but when I get back, I'd love to see you. So I don't think he went to Australia, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute. So he responded to this message, and he said, I hear you and understand. I do admit that wasn't right of me, and I would like to apologize for it. As for making it up to you, I'm always happy to take you on a nice day out, but if that doesn't suffice, I'll do whatever you'd like me to do to make it right. So again, he's saying all the right things. But again, it doesn't make sense, because put yourself in his shoes. Let's say you meet someone online, you're really interested, you showed them that you're interested, and then whatever, all of a sudden, suddenly you have to take off to Australia. Okay. Suddenly you have to take off for 2 months. But you're hitting it off online. Aren't you going to say, hey, I have to go out of town, but I'd love to continue talking, right? Or I'm going to be gone, but I'd love to pick up where we left off when I get back, right? You don't just disappear. But the fact that he watched the stories tells me he was interested. So what I think happened is that he was seeing someone. So either he had just gotten out of something and then all of a sudden they got back together, but he was still interested in me, so he wanted to keep tabs or just, whatever, look at my stories, but he was still seeing this other person. That makes a lot more sense than just disappearing off to Australia when you're interested in someone and not saying anything. Because I remember one time I met someone, and before we could meet, I had to go out of town for a month, and he said, can we continue talking while you're out of town? And he was very interested, and I said, sure. And so that happened. So why didn't it happen here? Okay, you have to ask yourself these questions. So let me continue with the story. So then I said, well, I'll think of something, for you to do to make it up to me. So we talked, and of course he wanted to see me right away, meet me right away, but I made him wait. And this is what you have to do also, and I'll explain why after you see what happened. Because I wanted to, of course, start talking again, build a rapport. And also, I was turned off with the fact that he disappeared. And I needed, for my interest level, to go back up. Because at that moment, actually, when I first saw that he had sent a message, I was like, no, hell no. I'm like, I am not responding to that message. I want nothing to do with him. But then I read the message. I was like, damn it. Damn it. This message is significant. He really put a lot of thought into it. I'm like, fine, I'll respond. But I'm not very happy about this. And so that's why I needed for my interest level to go up and to see how he was going to behave in that week before we met. And everything was fine. He was contacting me every day, chit chat, flirt, whatever, here, there, whatever. So then the day before the date, I think you know where this is going, suddenly he sends me a text and he's like, oh, there was a COVID exposure at work and I have to get tested. I'll let you know what happens. I go, oh no, that's terrible. Okay, let me know. Text me back later. Well, I'm negative, but my roommate is positive, but I still have to quarantine for a few days and then get tested again. He goes, can we delay the date for a few days? And I said, sure, no problem. I'm available next weekend, which would have been a week away. Because if you're going to cancel with me for whatever reason, you're going to have to wait at least a week. Because I didn't quite believe his story. Listen, could there have been a COVID exposure at work? Of course. Of course. Possible, yes. Probable, no. Just because I found that when things come up at the last minute in dating situations, usually they're not true. And it's very convenient the day before. So then the next day, I posted a photo. He commented on it, go, oh, you look great, etc., etc., and I just sent a yellow heart. No response. Then he disappeared again. So now it's been about 6 weeks since that happened, and I haven't heard from him. However, he did watch my stories on Snap about 2 or 3 times. I guess he figured he better not watch all of them like last time. So I don't know what's going to happen. Either he's going to pop up again at some point, or he's not, but it doesn't matter. I'm done with him. So I wanted to give you this example for several reasons. One, and not for you to be paranoid, it is possible that someone can say something significant and then change their minds, disappear, or decide that they don't want to get back with you in the case of if you were having a relationship. So getting a significant message is the first step, but it's the first of several steps when you finally break no contact and speak with your ex. So when they do say something significant, you're going to respond, and then you want to wait a week to meet with them. Don't meet with them right away the next day. I know you're going to be rushing. You have to be patient, because we want to find out what is their interest level and why are they contacting you. Because for all you know, they may just be missing you at that moment, or maybe they were broken up with and they want attention or validation from someone that they know is still interested in them. So we don't know why they're contacting you. Don't just trust their words, because if I had just taken this guy on his word, I would have been like, oh wow, he's really interested. And make them a week to see how they behave in that week before you meet. Then when you meet, don't assume that they want to get back together. They specifically have to say it. And if they do say it, I have the video of 6 questions to ask your ex if they want to get back together. And one of those questions is that you have to ask them, how do they plan to make it up to you? So you need to think about what you're going to ask of them to make it up to you, to make it up with the fact that they broke up with you. However, if they don't ask to get back together, then don't start contacting them after you meet with them after the breakup, thinking that now you have the green light to go ahead and contact them. No, especially if you're a guy. You think, okay, I have to start pursuing her. Nope. Even if you're a guy, you got to let her show her cards, her interest level, and show you what it is she wants if she says she doesn't. If she doesn't say anything about getting back together. And obviously, especially if you're a female, do not start texting and calling. That's the big mistake everyone makes. That they think that, oh, he's interested, she's interested, now we can go back to normal. No, you do not go back to normal that fast. You didn't get into the relationship that fast, right? This is now a new relationship, and so you're not going to get into the new relationship that fast. You actually continue to do nothing. The only difference is you're now in contact as opposed to no contact, but like no contact, you do nothing to move the relationship forward, okay? They got to do everything. And if they do say that they want to get back together, don't jump at the chance and go, oh, yes, I've been waiting for you to say that. You have to act surprised, like, oh, back together? I never considered that. I thought we were broken up for good. So act shocked and then say, well, I'm going to have to think about this because this is really a shock. And then, again, wait a week. Do not contact them because you want to see how they behave in that week. Are they going to contact you at some point and go, hey, did you make up your mind? Do you want to get back together? Or not? Again, we always want to know what the other person's interest level is so we can know what steps to take from there. So if they do contact you and go, hey, have you made up your mind yet? That's obviously a good sign. If they don't, then it's like, then, how enthusiastic are they about getting back together if they're not going to check in with you, even though you said, I have to think about it, okay? So this is what you do when you finally hear from your ex and they say something significant. Now I want to hear from you. Tell me, what are you going to have your ex do if you take them back in order to make it up to you for the fact that they broke up with you? And if you would like my help personally to get your ex back, especially if they said something significant and now you're not sure of what steps to take, how to handle it, because this is the most crucial part. No contact is important, but now once you're in contact, Now it's a little bit more difficult. You don't want to mess this part up. So if you want help with this part of getting your ex back, or any part of getting your ex back, contact me at theartoflove.net. The direct link is below, and we will send you the rates. If you found this video helpful, then please like, subscribe, and share. If you're listening to a podcast, please rate and review. And finally, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.